Let's be honest. The dating world today feels like a massive, confusing circus. Everyone's throwing advice at you. Be charming. Groom nicely. Smile more. Play hard to get. Be mysterious. Sound familiar? And yet, following this same old checklist ends up making you just like every other guy out there. Predictable, boring, and easily forgettable. Dating isn't about fitting into a perfect mold. It's about standing out, owning who you are, and bringing something rare to the table: authentic confidence. I remember when I tried approaching a woman for the first time. Back then, the cool pickup line among guys was, "Your face looks familiar." I confidently walked up to her and said it, expecting some flirtatious magic. Instead, she looked at me with the coldest eyes and said, "My face doesn't look familiar, thank you." Ouch. I was crushed. No backup plan. No uniqueness. Just another guy following trends and failing miserably. The truth is simple. You can't be memorable if you're just copying the crowd. So today, I'm sharing 5 powerful principles that will help you stand out and attract women effortlessly. Not by playing games, but by becoming the kind of man women naturally gravitate toward. Let's dive deep. Number 1. Try to express, don't try to impress. The dating landscape is often cluttered with men vying for attention, each attempting to outshine the others by showcasing their perceived worth. This often manifests as a relentless parade of achievements and possessions. The average approach involves boasting about the sleek car, the high-powered job title, the impressive real estate portfolio, the meticulously sculpted physique, or the volatile world of cryptocurrency investments, all presented as evidence of their unique and desirable status. They strive to project an image of success, believing that these external markers will automatically translate into attraction. However, this constant need to impress often comes across as insecure and ultimately fails to forge a genuine connection. It speaks more to a desire for validation than a genuine interest in the other person. Contrast this with the confident man. He operates from a completely different paradigm. He isn't consumed by the need to broadcast his accomplishments or constantly seek external approval. Instead, his focus is on genuine self-expression. He communicates authentically, sharing his thoughts, passions, and perspectives without the filter of trying to elicit a specific reaction. He understands that true connection stems from vulnerability and honesty, not from a carefully curated highlight reel of his life. He might be a man of fewer words, choosing substance over superficiality. His authenticity is palpable. He speaks his mind not to shock or impress, but because it is a genuine reflection of who he is. This inherent honesty creates a sense of trust and allows his true personality to shine through, unburdened by the need for validation. Women are often drawn to this authenticity because it feels real and refreshing in a world saturated with carefully constructed personas. They recognize the difference between someone trying to sell them an image and someone simply being themselves, and the latter is invariably more compelling. Number 2. They are comfortable with silence. There's an undeniable truth in the adage, "In a multitude of words there wanteth not sin." While not always literal, it speaks to the profound maturity found in a man who isn't compelled to fill every void of silence with incessant chatter. In the context of dating, this comfort with quietude is a powerful indicator of inner confidence and self-assurance. Weak men often succumb to the pressure of constant conversation, feeling the need to entertain, compliment, or nervously fill any pause when in the presence of an attractive woman. They fear being perceived as boring or unengaging, leading to a barrage of often superficial and anxiety-ridden vocalizations. Confident men, on the other hand, possess a quiet strength. They are not threatened by silence. In fact, they often embrace it. They don't feel the need to constantly perform or seek validation through verbal affirmation. This calmness is incredibly attractive because it conveys a sense of inner peace and self-sufficiency. It suggests a man who is comfortable in his own skin and doesn't require external noise to feel secure. This lack of pressure can also be incredibly comforting for women. The absence of forced conversation allows for a more relaxed and genuine connection to develop. It creates space for deeper thoughts and feelings to emerge, rather than being drowned out by a stream of nervous energy. This ability to simply be present, without the need for constant verbal engagement, speaks volumes about a man's maturity and self-possession, qualities that are inherently attractive. Nobody truly enjoys being around someone who dominates every conversation. The ability to share comfortable silence fosters a sense of mutual respect and understanding. Number 3. They don't chase, they attract. The dynamic between a man who chases and a man who attracts is stark and fundamentally different. The chaser operates from a place of perceived lack, often projecting an energy of neediness and a desperate desire for validation. This can manifest in constant communication, excessive compliments, and an eagerness to please, often overwhelming the object of their affection. This behavior, while perhaps stemming from genuine interest, often creates an imbalance in the interaction, inadvertently pushing the other person away. It communicates a lack of self-worth and an overinvestment in the outcome. In contrast, the confident man cultivates an aura of attraction through his inherent qualities. His calmness exudes a sense of inner peace and control, suggesting a man who is grounded and secure. His air of mystery, not contrived but a natural byproduct of his self-possession, sparks curiosity and intrigue. His comfort with silence implies a depth and thoughtfulness that invites further exploration. Even his measured tone of voice can convey a sense of authority and self-respect. These qualities, in combination, create a magnetic pull, drawing women in rather than requiring him to pursue them relentlessly. His underlying mindset is not one of pleading for attention, but rather a quiet confidence that says, "This is who I am. Are you interested in being a part of my world?" This is a powerful shift in perspective. Instead of projecting an image that screams, "Please like me," he embodies an authenticity that naturally draws others to him. This self-assuredness removes the pressure of constant pursuit and allows genuine connections to form organically, based on mutual interest and respect. Number 4. They are not afraid to walk away. For many men, the fear of losing a potential connection can lead them to endure treatment that falls far short of their own self-respect. They may cling to situations where they feel unappreciated, ignored, or even disrespected, driven by the hope that things will eventually change or by a fear of being alone. This reluctance to disengage often stems from a belief that any attention is better than none, or a fear of not finding someone else. This creates a dynamic where their own needs and boundaries are consistently compromised. Confident men operate with a different set of principles. They possess a strong sense of self-worth and a clear understanding of how they deserve to be treated. Consequently, they are not afraid to walk away when the vibe is off. They don't hesitate to disengage from situations where they feel disrespected, unappreciated, or when they consistently encounter mixed signals or cold behavior. This isn't an act of anger or ego, but rather a demonstration of self-respect and a commitment to their own well-being. If they sense a lack of genuine interest or a consistent failure to reciprocate, they will politely and decisively disengage, recognizing that their time and energy are valuable. This ability and willingness to walk away is a significant source of their power and attractiveness. It communicates that they value themselves and are not willing to settle for less than they deserve. This self-assuredness is inherently attractive because it signals a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to assert it. It demonstrates that he has options and isn't solely reliant on any one person for his happiness or validation. Number 5. Their focus is on living, not chasing women. At the heart of a confident man's allure lies a fundamental shift in priorities. Instead of making the pursuit of women his primary focus, he channels his energy into building a fulfilling and purposeful life. This involves setting ambitious goals, pursuing his passions, and cultivating a sense of personal fulfillment that extends far beyond romantic relationships. His identity is not solely defined by his interactions with women. Rather, he has a rich inner world and external pursuits that provide him with a sense of direction and satisfaction. This commitment to personal growth and purpose inadvertently makes him more attractive. When a man is deeply engaged in his own life, pursuing his ambitions with passion and dedication, he exudes a sense of self-sufficiency and drive that is inherently compelling. Women are naturally drawn to individuals who are driven, focused, and have a clear sense of direction. His life becomes something that others naturally want to be a part of, not something he needs to force upon them. In this paradigm, women become a byproduct of his vibrant life, rather than the sole objective. He isn't trying to impress or manipulate. He is simply living authentically and pursuing his own happiness. This genuine self-fulfillment is magnetic. It suggests a man who is interesting, dynamic, and has something substantial to offer beyond just romantic attention. This mindset shifts the dynamic entirely. Instead of chasing, he creates a life that naturally attracts those who are aligned with his values and aspirations. So, there you have it. The secret to attracting genuine connection isn't about mastering a set of superficial tricks or conforming to outdated notions of what men should be. It's about cultivating a deep sense of self-worth, living authentically, and focusing on building a life that truly resonates with you. You don't need a bulging bank account to captivate the right person. In fact, focusing solely on material wealth often attracts those whose interests are equally superficial. Instead, strive to be the man who understands his own value, who owns his presence with quiet confidence, and who isn't afraid to stand firm in his beliefs. When you possess this inner knowing, this unwavering sense of self, you naturally draw people to you who appreciate you for who you truly are. Remember, true confidence isn't about perfection or having it all figured out. It's about embracing your individuality, flaws and all, and being unapologetically happy in your own skin. When you stand your ground, rooted in your own values and pursuing your own passions, that's when the right connections will effortlessly gravitate towards you. So, ditch the tired cliches, embrace your authentic self, and focus on building a life that you love. The right people will naturally want to be a part of it.